Pick it up. Not even allowed to pick it up. Right, to Crystarium. What we shall do that was weird. I don't know if I made a weird noise while talking or if something else just happened there. Anyway, what we're going to do is go start on the role quests. That should get us through like a fair bit of the EXP. Or at the very least it should carry us to 7. And if it doesn't, we'll just have to do like fates or something until we either hit 7 or hit level 79. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be... Yes, of course you are. It is plain from the way you carry yourself. You're just the sort of man I've been looking for. Perfect. My name is Lurik, and I am a bounty hunter. But not just any bounty hunter. I will have you know... Oh, but not just any bounty hunter, I will have you know. Nay, I am not wont to settle for this run-of-the-mill prey. I hunt sin-eaters. Not only that, I've recently set my sights on a particularly notable fiend. One of the cardinal virtues. Those infamous instigators of the flood itself. Naturally, it will take considerable strength and skill to defeat such a formidable eater. And I'm not afraid to admit I cannot do it alone. However, with the aid of equally formidable allies, I am confident it can be done. And you, my friend, are exactly the sort of ally I have in mind to recruit. Walk away without a word. Let's feign interest. Aha! I knew you'd be interested. And should the challenge alone be insufficient motivation, know that I have substantial financial resources at my disposal. You'll be duly compensated for your service, rest assured. However, as much as I am certain you are the right man for the job, it is only meet that I put your skill to the proof. A simple test should suffice. Pray do not be offended, but you would be shocked how many people present themselves falsely in order to enrich themselves or to impress others. Okay, so that's all as it should be. Then I just do that and double click that. Sort. Everything is as it should be. Bum 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 bum. I find it really weird that this mount has this music, and yet the mount from Sephiroth has the Final Fantasy VI music, as opposed to like Sephiroth's unique theme. I also find it kind of strange that there's 3 people on birds right here, and that one of them is on the same bird. here we are. Our proving grounds. You need only slay a beast of suitable ferocity before my very eyes to demonstrate your own. Naturally, we require bait to lure one out of hiding. Oi, my lord. Got your package here. Well done, my good man. And here is your payment. Oh, this? The bait in question. Easier to have it delivered than to take a detour and pick it up myself. Rather more efficient as well. This is money. No, time is money even. Now then, you need only place it in the open and slay whatever comes to claim it. I cannot imagine it will take long for something to come hither. And yes, his accent has changed some. Well, not so much his accent, more his way of enunciating himself. And that is because I was getting annoyed with all the issues of speaking, and this is basically what came of it. You're having a smile, Donny. You'll not be smiling after this. I can tell you that. Take this and that. Actually, I'll bring you out as well. And some more of this. And some more of that. Look, see how easy that were. See how easy that were. Fantastic! I knew I was not wrong about you. Come, let us return to the Crystarium at once. No, that's New Gridanian. We want to return to the Crystarium. Ah yes, Thursday today, isn't it? Means tomorrow's Friday, which means we're dealing with ghosts on Friday. It feels like I'm going to be dealing with ghosts today, jeez. Yeah. Congratulations on a kill well made, my good man. I dare say this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership. Let us commemorate the occasion with a feast. Eat, drink, and be merry. Grunt, crunch, crunch, snort, slurp, grunt. Wonderful stuff, isn't it? My compliments to the chef, Belch. And he said something else, but I didn't realise it was just going to move on to the next line, so I'll see if I can catch you on the stream. Actually, is this... Right, so... oh, that's already muted, that's perfect. There is literally just going to be like a small window with which to catch it. Right, so we don't want it to be at 16, we want it to be at... dang that bit. Oh, this upsets me so much. Okay, it was like, another helping? No? Are you sure it's no bother? It really is no bother. I should like to return to our earlier discussion, that of the virtue I've engaged you to hunt with me. Andrea is her name. She roams Norvrend in the guise of Renderay, fallen warrior of light and renowned hunter of Eld. She's a most elusive eater who has been sighted in every corner of the realm. Though her movements are unpredictable, she has often been witnessed pursuing and slaying extraordinarily dangerous beasts. I can well imagine the question forming in your head: why not leave her be? If anything, is she not aiding local communities after a fashion? Alas, no, for the beast she slays rises anew as eaters, which pose even greater threats to the small folk. So you see, this one wretched sin-eater is in truth sowing untold chaos by carrying on as she does, unleashing more of her kind upon unsuspecting towns and villages across all of Norvrend. Only you and I can stop her. So she was a warrior of light? Huh, nothing to ask. But never mind all that. Whether or not they were the heroes or villains or whatever 100 years ago doesn't matter to me. Simple truth is, Rinda Ray was the greatest hunter who ever lived, and beating her at her own game would be an amazing feat, don't you think? And regardless of what the Warriors of Light were before they became Sin-Eaters, that's what they are now. So we'll be doing folks a favour by killing one. Well, what do you say, friend? Will you hunt and ray with me? With pleasure. So begins our formal partnership. I can see it now. You and me in the heat of battle, fighting side by side, the picture of courage and camaraderie. It's going to be grand. Naturally, it will take us time to study and understand our prey. Eaters can behave in strange ways and strange and inexplicable ways, particularly powerful ones like Andrea. I've been doing my best to get inside her head, to think like a hunter. That is easier said than done. Anyway, as soon as you have determined where we ought to begin with our search, I'll inform you at once. Oh, is reward lacking? My apologies, next time I'll see that you receive a rather more substantial compensation. I'll be completely honest with you. The money wasn't the issue, I was after EXP. Give me more EXP, sir. Give me more EXP, like double what you're giving me, please. Wait, it's you. It's really you. You actually came. I forgot I was supposed to be talking like this. I mean, never mind. You're here to hunt Andrea with me, yes? Of course you are. Why else would you be here? And wouldn't you know it, one of my hirelings should be returning with new information any moment now. Greetings, my lord. I'm pleased to report that Andrea was recently sighted in Armoring, in the vicinity of Samuel's backbone, if you'd see him. Apparently they were a right vicious spider that were giving folks trouble. And now that it's been turned, it's about a dozen times worse. I'd be grateful for any assistance. I see. I see. That is the wrong accent again. Well done, my friend. Your payment as promised. Why bother going out and pestering small folk for the news when you can employ others to do it for you? Better to devote our precious time to more important matters, I say. And owing to my winning strategy, we may now depart for Armoring, for the delightfully named Samuel's backbone. Before pursuing the spider, we may yet find its maker. Stupid spider. Getting in other people's business. Causing them issues. Armoring. We shall go to Mortsuk. That should be close enough. Just because I'm curious. Alright, cool. Very interesting stuff there. So interesting, in fact, you might be like, what is he talking about? Can I know of this? And, you know, maybe. I was looking at the Phasmo roadmap. It's interesting stuff. This is certainly the place. I gather those bones once belonged to dear Samuel. But I see no troublesome arachnid. It being a rather large desert, I had considered hiring a few trackers to hasten our search. But I have yet to spy a place where such individuals might congregate. Pity. Ugh. Nothing for it but to roll up our proverbial sleeves and do the dirty work ourselves. We shall split up and search the sands for the sin-eater, spider. Whoever finds it first may have the honour of slaying it themselves. And should we not find it, well, after we both search for a suitable length of time, I say we meet back here. Let the hunt begin. We survey the surrounding sands, but find no trace of the spider you seek. Interesting, very interesting. No spiders here. No siree. To be honest, I'd probably level up if I did one of the other dungeons. I imagine it should give like pretty decent XP. Although because they changed how you get EXP in dungeons, it might also not. It used to be that you get EXP for every mob, but now it's you only get EXP for the bosses. Rendezvous at Samuel's backbone. Ba, 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 ba. Now the best time to be having headaches. Look at the size of them horns. There she is, a scourge of Northrend, a devourer of souls, Balamkeets. Bring this mark down, they'll be singing ballads about us till the end of the time. Never mind the king's bounty, hells, we could pay ourselves a couple of buy ourselves few castles apiece. Flanking maneuver, as discussed. Wait for my signal, then we strike as one. It's on to us. Don't panic. We planned for this. Collect as decoys while Render Ray brings her down. Go! Go! Wait, not yet. There's no need to rush this. Sod it. I was so headstrong. My head. I can't. No. No! Come back. Come back here. Finish it, you... Double B. Finish me. Flop. So sorry. It's all my fault. I'm not letting it end like this, I promise. Kill a goddamn beast if it's the last thing I do. Hey, what was that about just now? I've had headaches before, but the way it was thrashing about wasn't like anything I've ever felt. By the gods, and I thought we were lucky to just catch a glimpse of Andrea. But you're also telling me you were granted a vision of a past with this power of yours? Oh, two warriors killed while hunting a great horned beast. The beast, their surviving companion, vowed to slay revenge. I've heard this tale before, I know it. Ugh. It's a common enough story of tale, I suppose. Regardless, she's gone. Come, let's return to the Crystarium and celebrate your accomplishment. Meow. But yeah, to actually move further in like the last area, you need to pass a quest which requires you to have solved at least one of these quest chains, but we're going to go through all four before we move on in the story. Like obviously I'll hit 79 then continue, but as soon as we hit that point, yeah, we'll be sorting these and then we'll be continuing. The table is set, so I bid you raise a glass with me, and together we might toast your spectacular accomplishment. Warrior's nothing like a hearty meal after a job well done. Drink up, my friend, drink up. Barb. Had your fill? I have another few bottles ready and waiting to be opened. No? Oh, very well, if you insist. It occurs to me, my good man, I have yet to ask your name. So quickly. did we forge our friendship that I hardly noticed until now? Samtidi Tragus. Reek and Samtidi. Yes, I rather like the sound of that. Reek and Samtidi, the daring duo. The brave bounty hunters, the scourge of sin eaters. Once we have slain Andrea, not a soul in Norvrend will not know our names. It shall ring out across the realm. Ah, but I should dwell overmuch on the victory before the struggle. A wise hunter is always prepared and patient. It would be prudent to send double, nay, triple the agents afield to seek our promising new leads. Sure it's wise to spend your money so freely? Worried about the budget of our brave little endeavour? Well, don't be. I'm prepared to fund our activities as needed. No expense shall be spared. None whatsoever. There he is, come to rejoin his bosom companion in the great hunt. 'Tis well you have, for I have obtained new information concerning the sighting of Andrea on Kalusia. The fiend has transformed yet another deadly mark. A great bear in this instance, and an even deadlier eater. And so it falls to Reek and Samtidi to slay the newborn eater, continue their pursuit of Norvrand's most notorious virtue, to Kalusia and to glory. Pardon me. Right, I imagine they will probably be close to right. Actually, what level is this? 74, yeah, it'll be close to right. Because you would not be able to access the other one at 74. Considering the quest for it was like 77, I believe. Let us brook no further delay and commence our search, separately, as before in Almarang. If you catch the eater first, I grant you leave to kill it without me. I trust you will not be disappointed if the reverse were to occur. Surely not, surely not. I myself will be most put out of it if I happen to lose to you a second time, and so, on that note, may the better hunter win. Well, considering you just went that way, and my quest marker's over this way, I think you might be going the wrong way, sir. You survey your surroundings, but find no trace of the bear you seek. Oh, really? Interesting. I guess we'll walk around this side. It may be somewhere near these birds. All of the way over here. Come out, bear. Despite looking far and wide, you fail to find any trace of the bear you seek. Perhaps Lurik was indeed the better hunter this day. Hate to say it, Sam Teddy, but it seemed we were late to the party. Landbeard and his crew slew the bear before we could. So it's true then? Cast your lot in with this boy? Poor daft sod. But I don't understand. The Eater was a newborn. How could you possibly have learned of it and gotten here before we did? Well, that's a problem with relying on hired help. They're loyal to your coin, not you. You're not the only one willing to open his purse. But more importantly, Rick, what did I hear about you hunting Andrea? I mean, with help, I mean, rather than all by your lonesome. I have a distinct memory of you storming off in a huff, saying you didn't need anyone or anything, need me or anyone else to finish the job. Tell me I'm wrong. Do as you like, help or no. You've no chance of beating me to the prize, because, unlike you, I'm not all talk. Neither are my mates. Speaking of mates, how much did it cost to buy you his friendship? Do tell. Way off, Landbeard. You're still here. You got your mark, didn't you? You should choose your friends more carefully, sinner. When it all goes wrong, don't say I didn't warn you. I know how to choose my friends very carefully, Malfoy. You have questions, I'm sure, but as you may have surmised, Landbeard was once a comrade of mine. Took him into my service that we might hone our skills battling Sin Eaters in preparation for facing Andrea. However, I soon came to see that he was not all that capable of a hunter, and so I dissolved our working relationship. Unfortunately, he did not take it in stride, and instead resolved to recruit new companions that he might beat me at my own game. It would seem that his fortunes have improved greatly of late. So much so. Pardon me. I fear we can no longer afford to dedicate time tracking lesser eaters. We must divide our Jesus, pardon me. It's getting assaulted by burps now. And must devote our undivided attention to the pursuit of Andrea. As such, we should be getting back to the Crystarium. But before we depart, I have one other matter to attend to in Yulmore. If I might trouble you to accompany me. Ah, but of course you will. Let's be off. So much easier to travel around with this. That is a really nice pet bird. I like that pet bird. Right, let's go find who he wants us to talk to. Today, allow me to introduce you to my father and mother. Father, this is my travelling companion and dear friend, Samtedy. He and I have resolved to hunt a particularly deadly Sin Eater. Indeed, I cannot overstate how terribly dangerous this eater is, and to pursue it is to cause death itself. However, when we at last triumph over the fiend, all of Northern shall sing our praises. Won't that be wonderful, Father? As long as you do not sully our good name, you are free to hunt whatever quarry you desire. can't do without all the petty details. Now then, how much do you require this time? Out with it. Oh, never mind, just give the boy my coin purse, would you? Sure it will suffice for his trivial pursuits. And that is why you are here, is it not? Another handout? Don't play coy, you've never been any good at this. Yeah, I honestly don't know why I came here. Keep your coin, father, we're leaving somebody right now. So the Fat may come all the way to the Crystarium just for him to storm off all the way all the way to Yulmore just for him to storm all the way back to Crystarium. A little bit sad, but you know. Oh, I need to press that button again. Forgive me, Sam, today, but I would forgo on the wine on this occasion. Father's lackluster reception has put me in rather dour spirits. As you may have gathered from our exchange, I am a free citizen of Yulmore, owing to my parents' considerable wealth. I have enjoyed relatively privileged upbringing, privileged and unbearably boring, which is why I quit the city and resolved to become a bounty hunter. I am no fool, though. I'm well aware of my fortunate circumstances, which is why I elected to conceal them from people from the Crystarium. People are wont to jump on uncharitable conclusions. I feel as though you and I have established a rapport, though. And so, I thought it best to bring you into my confidence. I pray you refrain from telling the others. Now then, since Landbeard has decided to turn this into a race, we have no choice but to oblige him and slay Andrea before he does. This calls for a veritable army of hired hands. Alas, in a fit of frustration I refuse Father's coins. Without additional resources, we have no choice but to conduct the search by ourselves. Moreover, I'm rather embarrassed to admit that I can pay you only a token of the sum this time, but trust me that but I trust that will not deter you from joining me or not. I was never in this for the gil, mate. I was in it for the XP. Really? I mean, of course you weren't. Perish the thought, ha ha ha. Sam, today, my friend, thank the gods you're here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself running all over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone might have seen Andrea, but alas. Only in the Crystarium? Well, of course. Surely this is the limit of what a man with meagre financial resources can accomplish. But never mind all that. For it but recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld of Renda Ray's past could hold clues to which we have been desperately searching. So those burps keep sneaking up on me. When first you described it to me, I felt as though I had heard it before. And I had. My wet nurse told me the exact same story when I was still a boy. It was a tale of a courageous hunter who, together with her comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, a great horned beast. They came upon their quarry in the desert, and there attempted to lay it low. Alas, the beast had a singular strength. and the hunter a fatal weakness. And so, in the ensuing struggle, her comrades were killed, leaving her, the sole survivor, to swear vengeance. You don't agree that your vision is a perfect match for this tale? Then there can be no doubt. Renda Ray is a celebrated hunter, the hero I admired so in my childhood. After that tragic day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others, and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found her way to compensate for her weakness. So anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors, so we should ask Miss Olvara to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service, you know. Also, in light of all this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently each appears to be driven by particular memories that forever changed each of these fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? Renda Ray being a hunter of notorious marks in life and in death. Don't know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Renda Ray's adventures, the better chances we have of predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go see my former wet nurse, Miss Olvara. Former wet nurse. Miss Olvara lives in Gate Town, Enclusia. Best be off then. Teleport to right. Ba-ba-ba-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. There we go. So today, this is Miss Olvara, the wet nurse who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded to my family and lived with us in this city at the time. But when I came of age, she was forced to leave. Why, you've grown into such a strapping young man. But I can't imagine you came to Gate Town just to pay me a visit, my little Reek. Not in front of him, if you please. But to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. There were stories told to me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that hunter perchance the warrior of light, Renda Ray? All the reasons you could have had. Aye, those stories were of Renda Ray, greatest bounty hunter of her day, the legend so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood. It was still fresh in everyone's minds when I was younger. And for all the good it had done in life, none could deny the chaos they sowed in death, as sin eaters. But despite all of that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret if need be, that she might inspire future generations, as she had ours. So years and years later, when you wanted to hear tales of adventure and heroism, you couldn't help but share the ones with the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I wish I hadn't had to change all the names. And it's true. The hero I looked up to as a child, who tales of daring do drove me to take up a bow as you had, to pester you for training that I might become a bounty hunter. It was her. Miss Elvira, Sam Tiddy and I are hunting Andrea, and we believe that one of the stories you shared may help guide our search. Namely, the one about the great horned beast that killed her friends. Will you tell it to me again? Wicked White, is that? Oh, my little Reek. Very well. Even as a young hunter, Renderay's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through a forest by the most minute sounds of their passing, from miles away even, by some accounts. Even the most subtle and stealthy beasts never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch, eventually, Renderay would know, and her aim was always true and good. As she grew older and honed her skills further, she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades, earned fame and fortune. As her reputation swelled, so too did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice, so they resolved to hunt the Scourge of Norvrand, the Devourer of Souls, Balan Keats. But what Renderay did not realize was that her greatest strength would prove her undoing. For when she faced Balan Keats, the beast roared with such force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she can only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After burying the hunters, she vowed that she would one day avenge them. She took to the road once more. She met Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light. For a time, she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was a breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savoured every moment and found joy in the simplest pleasures. They knew naught of her fallen friends, or how their deaths weighed heavy upon her still. The party wandered the realm, performing many great deeds, and growing ever stronger, as did Renderay. While in Kalusia, she even devised a means to defend against the powerful roar that had been her downfall that fateful day. And then, while engaged in an adventure in Raktika, rumour reached Renderay's ears. Balam Kits, Scourge of Norvrand, Devourer of Souls, had been spotted wandering the City swamps. It was a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companions, as she had her old. So it was that Renderay ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe Balam Keats alone. With all her strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed, she rejoined Ardbert and the others, never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and the dread beast. From that day forward she was Renderay, the warrior of light, and deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange that the woman I admired when I was young would become the senator I swore to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished, over the years they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be a hero to me, and to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Elvira, for everything. Promise I'll visit you again soon. So, Saturday, remember that theory I told you about the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Balam Keats, the one that took her from Armor Ring to Kalusha, then her next destination must be the Raktika Greatwood, wasn't it? Right. That's where she was laid. That's where she laid low the beast at last. The City of Swamps, to be precise. So that is where we shall go. It's away. Now listen, Rick. There's an awful lot of people who don't know about Renderay, or the world for that matter. So wherever you go, whatever you see, remember not to take it at face value. Just accept what others tell you as good as true. Yeah, as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself. Be safe. Somebody, was it? It's a pleasure to meet a friend of Reek's. His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the wealth and support, the wealth and opportunities they could. But when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is it's a miracle that boy turned out as he did. You can never have too many friends or too much support. That goes for you as well, I should think. Alright, time to go to the land of the Lahi. Lahi. Luckily, I can fly. So we'll have to put up with too much Lahi. I'm just gonna land it and be like, Lahi. Told you. I knew it. Now his little Miss Elvira seemed so much bigger and stronger than me, though, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself even now bespeaks a confidence I cannot help but envy. But never mind that, we have a virtue to hunt. Let's commence our search at once. Keep your weapons ready, my friend. About time our luck took a turn for the better. There she is. What, now? I've got to be kidding me. You're all here with me, but I know it's better that you're not. I've a score to settle, you double B, and this time, ready for your tricks. Oh no, you don't. Guess that just hits everything outside. Okay, that's fine. You'll pay for taking them from me. Your butt. Starting to think I should have probably left it a bit longer, that way they get more time to damage. Yeah, well. So you're raw, you're nothing. You're nothing! Nothing! Hey. No, I didn't even know that quills grew horns until I saw this Balam kit. Oh, this is Balam quits. Feel it, can't you? Pain, the fear, serves you right. Ouch. Ah. Won't let it end like this. Damn it. Moments like this will always make me a bit sad. Well, not sad, emotional, I suppose. I should have probably stayed near them, shouldn't I? The Balam Black Back Blaster. Need to say the other one. Oh, it's mixing its attacks up. Yeah, sounds about right. Oh. A nice colour. Nice colour to it. Fault lawyer. I've not right. Albert, I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry for trying to go it alone. Why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? You'd been here from the first. You wouldn't have been trying. You wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much, but I haven't told you about my old partners. Together, we tracked and claimed countless notorious marks throughout Northrend. We're the best in the business. Everyone knew our names and our reputation. They called us legends, and somewhere along the line we started to believe it too. Then we set our sights on Balanquids. I survived, they didn't. I swore vengeance, but had no idea how to go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot, and I thought maybe with your help I might just have a fighting chance. You see, I never intended to keep it all a secret. It's just you never asked, and since I'd rather not talk about it. Easier to live in the moment, you know. Next town, next job. The weeks flew by, and after time I started having second thoughts. I'd lost those closest to me before. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we or are we not comrades? Through thick and thin? These bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else. Otherwise they may as well not exist. You say the thought of losing us pained you. What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You saved our lives countless. You saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? Without those keen ears of yours, I never know what. Brandon and Neilbert were whispering about me behind my back, and ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. This one's worth a fortune, eh? And famous besides. I bet you we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back into town. Oh God, it's not another night to remember. Don't you worry your pretty head over the fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory. The small folk will sleep easy once more. Yeah, will sleep easy once they hear Balanquist's demise. Till Abba's drunken snoring wakes him up from his slumber. And on that note, I think it's time to quit this place. I'm Ray. Trust the next time you decide to hunt a deadly game, it was a courtesy of extending us an invitation. There I thought I was doing you a favour by keeping you out of my personal affairs, selfish as it was. Oh, fine. But if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now then, when cutting off whatever you need to take back as proof of the kill, then we'll lose our reward on a technicality. Such a fine crystal. Why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? Wake up, damn you. Hello? What's wrong with you, huh? It's the second time your so-called gift has cost us a chance at slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. Enough, I say. Yes, I don't need your help. I'm perfectly capable of hunting the Sin Eater on my own. Good luck with it. We'll return to Gate Town. We'll be given your final payment and we'll be free to go our separate ways. Alright, back to right. Umbral Wind. Fair enough. I wonder if there's some special spawns in there with the Umbral Wind. Ah yes, I can't fly here. That's one of those sad moments. Where you hop on a mount, go to fly, and you just land on the ground straight away. It's like, oh yeah. I've got that one to do, and I've got like one of these to do. Honestly, I don't know why I ever placed my faith in you. You were such a disappointment. Consider this formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever again speak of the names of Reek and Samtedy in the same breath. Yes, never again. And with that, I bid you good day. When I was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. Without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him. Jesus Christ, that's a loud car. Or bike, not entirely sure. Only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did. Decided to push you away first. I'm not trying to make excuses for what he did. I hope you'll find in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over and then come back and see me. Oh, and take this for your troubles. I'm sure a talented man like yourself is needed all over the realm, so I thank you for sparing a moment to hear me out. Since you two parted ways, Reek has come to visit me several times. Though he is blessedly in good health, I worry for his spirits. I think you may have been his only friend the only friend he's had for some time. I considered journeying to Crystarian myself to look in on him, but I find travel rather difficult these days. If you would go in my stead, I would put my heart at ease. Why am I mounting up? I can just teleport over there. I can take myself in that destination. With what a click of a button. What level actually is this? 78. I don't remember if the last one is like this one, or if there's one at level 80. Lurik's customary seat is empty, and there is nothing to suggest he has occupied it recently. Perhaps someone will have noted his passing. Talk to Dalford first. Hello, Dalford. Lurik, the Mr. Lordling? If he ain't at his usual table, then I've no idea where else to look. Looking for Master Reek, are we? Dare say you're the only one. Word is Mommy and Daddy cut him off, so there's no point pretending to like the little bleep anymore. As I saw, he was moping about like someone shot his arrow. Sure he'll turn up eventually. Kalusha, right? You're Lurik's partner with Lambert, remember? Was, I ought to stress, because after we left you, we headed straight for Rectica. Heard rumor Andrea was there and Lambert wanted to strike while the iron was hot. By the time we realized we were overmatched, it was too late. Saw Lambert fall and when the eater set her sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like, but my cowardice saved my life. Look at the way I still remember looking back as I ran, seeing Lambert rise to his feet. Told everyone what had happened, to warn them off the hunt. Some listened. A few fools took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles. Not one of them's returned. I didn't expect Lurik to be one of them neither. I remember thinking it odd, especially when I saw him leave for Rectica alone. You're meeting the Emperor, I presume? Look, friend, no doubt you're gonna need your, you're going to your doom. Rectica. There we go. Oh, the way to Rectica. Actually, I just need to double check on something real quick. Okay. Right, whereabouts are we meeting this lad? Down there, okay. Pretty much the same place where I met him last time. As soon as we land it'll be like oh, it didn't. It's night time. I forgot about that. Ha 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 ha. Normal. At me. Anthony? Why are you here? Don't tell me you came for me. It's terrible. It's horrible. Andrea, she's... Ah, my head. Render Ray, if all of you remains, and hearken to my words. I've come to lay your soul to rest, alone, as you faced Balam Keats a century ago on this very ground. Lambeard? Oh, gods, no. Don't tell me, you beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? I thought as much. It was but a moment ago that I confronted them. Awfully useful, that trick of yours, so I can't understand why you kept using it every time we ran into into Andrea. I can't control when it happens. Huh? So it isn't something you did deliberately? Good to know. Anyway, unintentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what I saw. It's turned Landbreed and those other hunters into sin-eaters like yourself. A Humaxman, a Guardian Swordman, a Dwarven Healer, an Elven Mage. It's awfully familiar, didn't it? She's rebuilding her fellowship. She's remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, I understand why she came here in the first place. She's reliving the hunt for Balam Keats. But she's still the beast herself. The stories were clear about that. What? They were there too? Then the stories were wrong? God, strike me down. I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for all the things I said. I've regretted my behaviour ever since the day we parted ways. It was stupid and nonsensical and utterly pointless. I'm not sure if I could even tell you why I did what I did. It's fine. Water under the bridge. Thank you, my friend. I hope it's alright if I call you that. Right then, Andrea should be around here somewhere. So on the hunt for Balam Keats, I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Lambert and the others are with her. He and I may have had our differences, but I've not wished that fate on my worst enemy. Deserves to be laid to rest. They all do. Renda Ray most of all. She is my hero. And I have to kill her to save her soul. And if I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. But this is too much for even the best hunter to handle alone. And I'm far from the best. The only way to see this through is together. You and me, my friend. What say you? You're about to crunch some Light Warden bones. Not Light Warden, Cinia. There we go. Right word. Ha! I asked for a word and you give me a nod. Fair enough. Before we resume the hunt in earnest, though, let's return to Gate Town and let Miss Olivia know all is well. After all, you wouldn't have come unless she sent you. Back to right. Come on. There we go. Empty. What a pleasure it is to see you again. I'm in the company of little Reek, no less. Am I right in assuming you've patched things up? I should think so, yes. It's all thanks to you. I do not implore him to give me another chance. I might be sitting alone in the swamps, dwelling on my myriad of failings. And you, my friend, I know not why you sought her out on your own. I'm glad you did. Miss Elvira is perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being. But she has no one to look after her. Don't be silly, Reek. I have you, don't I? Before you start blabbering about how you wish you could have properly, reward Sanctity, as I can tell you're about to. And I've prepared a hearty meal just for him. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see you both duly compensated once I have claimed the bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall, for united, Rick and Sanctity are unstoppable. Is what I'd like to say, but I know my own limitations better than anyone. It would be prudent to make proper preparations. Crikey, that's a tongue twister, proper preparation, at this juncture. You too should see that you are ready for the struggle ahead. It will be a mighty one indeed, but one well worth the effort, my friend. Hello, hi. So, due to just, how long it's taken me to actually level up my healer, like, I don't know why I'm booting that one up. Like, as we can see, it's 76. I don't think this will be ready in time for what I was planning to do, which would be to go through the stuff tomorrow. And I don't want to sit here going through trust dungeons leveling up a scholar on stream, because like that's kind of boring, not gonna lie, especially considering it'd be the exact same dungeon, because I'd just be doing level 75 dungeon. But yeah, we'll just finish this quest off and then go through the next trust thing as a paladin. Sanctity, my friend, my partner, I trust you are ready. Good, good, this is very good indeed. For before we depart to face Andrea, For what I praise to be the final time, I have a confession to make. I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimated the tremendousness of my martial prowess. In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. Do tell. You must be terribly crestfallen, I'm sure. It is my deepest regret that I allow you to labour under the misapprehension that we are equals for so long. In my defence, I must say that when I realised that what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to conceive of how to even broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that a great majority, nay, all our efforts have to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come have been entirely for my benefit, that the disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. To think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers. Where we might have only had to contend with one foe, we must now confront 5. And for all my preparation, I'm still no more likely an asset to you than a hindrance. But perhaps that need not be the case. In discussing this grim reality with Miss Elvira while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall Rendere's greatest strength and weakness? Her preternatural hearing. We can reasonably ascertain Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in the battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I make up for it with guile. While it will not guarantee us victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. 1,000 pardons, Master Reek. I am come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy, what's he want with me now? It has come to your father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter. Have brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands you to cease all such activities and at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh dear. You may tell my father and my mother the following, that I am Lurik, a proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin-eaters, that I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they deem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, then I have no parents. I have no family save Miss Elvira, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. Right, now that's settled. Alright. We'll get back to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Let's consult with the craftsman of the crystalline mean at once. I dare say you'll fire on him. Never thought I'd see the day when he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. To the Crystarium! Yeah, Ruth, I've gone for a slight change of plan. I'm still going to be like leveling the other ones in the background to get it done eventually, but I'm not going to do them all before I finish Shadowbringers. Just so I can get my DPS line done, and then I can swap over to my paladin and get that one leveled up through the next dungeon. Yeah, time is like slipping away really quickly. It's Monday today. It's a Monday. What's all this then? Got something what needs making? Indeed I do, good sir. I wish to commission the production of a device that can generate a tremendously loud sound. It must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the stranger requests I heard? Well, if it's just noise you want, I'd wager we could do with a special blend of fire sand. Right, I got the recipe for your needs. Just need some choice ingredients, mind. You'll need to go fetch them for me. Fetch? What precisely is it you require? Oh, there is this one particular beast native to Clusia. It's got a singular diet. Gives these massive dung piles. The fresher the better, if it please. A few varieties of grasses native to the Raktika. Oh, and some iron ore from Armor Rain. Give you a list if you like. I would need to travel to the far corners of Northern and back? Oh dear, it's rather more involved than I... No more excuses. I'll do whatever must needs be done to see this through to the end. Yeah, no worries, Ruth. Hope you're feeling better soon. My friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist that you remain here while I go and fetch the required materials. Alrighty. And he was never heard from again. Should probably head over this way. Just teleport down there because it'll probably be quicker. Musica Universalis. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, after I finish streaming tonight, it's going to be like a long one today. I'll probably continue leveling up Scholar. At least until I get booted off. Because the maintenance happened at 5. It was a series of surprisingly harrowing experiences. But in the end, I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. That gentleman was rather accommodating. Despite being somewhat put out that I had not the guilt to pay him for his labour, he was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said he found my industriousness endearing. I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted from all this busy work, it's been somewhat refreshing. Now with my noisemaker arrows now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, can't wait to put them to the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosion should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Let's put an end to her tale, my friend, and in so doing write the opening of ours, that of Reek and Samtity, bounty hunter extraordinaire. Come, Raktika and glory await us. Over we go. Okay, so we're still on this side. Cool, cool. There you are, Lurik. I may make one small request before we begin. Please, for the love of the gods, please try not to succumb to any visions of people's pasts. This really could not be a worse time. Bum, 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 ba-da. Bum, 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 ba-da. Well, still with me in the here and now? Excellent. Then we can attend to the task at hand without worry. Let's lay to rest our fellow hunters and grant Renderay the peace a hero deserves. Able to execute command while jumping. What? Hiya! Healer first, always healer first. Is he alright over there? He didn't keep your distance, he runs right into me. Well, that was cool. Edged out. Because of vulnerability stacks. Okay, so he's just going to emulate the Griffin. It is for our amigo, and it's sloppy. Just, you know, without all the voice lines. Ouch. Wait, what? Right, so I failed because he screwed up. Or because it just so happened to transition as he was like about to shoot something. Right, we can skip that cutscene because we just watched that. I'm going to be doing this on very easy because apparently the NPCs don't know how to survive. Boing. Get this out of the way first, and then we can move on to the actual story stuff. Well, I say actual story stuff, this is required for the story. Right, this is about the point that we got to last time, where he just got splattered. There you go, he's got enough health to actually survive the hits this time. As long as I'm her main focus, we're fine. I can ensure my own survival. I can't ensure his survival, this is the issue. Oh, I need to run over that. Oh god. Got it in time. Got it in time. Yeah, sword. We won. Even seeing it and saying it hardly feels real. Huh? Is that you've got there? Wicked White, you're... You're Render Ray. The real Render Ray. I should have never betrayed your trust. Never again. I swore never again. Balam Keats, the Shadow Keeper, the Flood. Come what may, we would face it together. No matter how hard it got, or how terrified I was. That's what it means to let someone into your heart. Knowing full well that nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear, the pain, the sorrow. When I lost my parents, when we let the keep alone, you felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone. And see it melt to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up that tiny remainder of it in the final futile effort? Even knowing deep down it was worth but a few moments more. What is this? You gave me fear. That fear gave me strength. Wait, there's so much I want to ask. Don't understand. What was she talking about? It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing, becoming villains, being forgotten. No worries. Thank you, Sympathy. I couldn't have gone this far without your help. I had no idea who Render Ray or any of the Warriors of Light truly were. It was all ancient history to me. Why would I care who some Sin Eaters once were? I was no better than my parents, judging them out of hand, dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deeper. And all the easier to pursue Andrea for my amusement. Pray I've made up my mind by parting to... I made up for it in part by lending a hand to Render Ray's... There we go, sorry. Something, Render Ray's soul to rest. There you go. Miss Alvara's probably worried sick about us both. We should return to Kalusia. No, we're alright. To right. Oh, it'd be so nice to be able to fly here. Yeah, I'm just going to go around that. Probably able to jump up from about here. Yep, there we go. My little Reek, Santi, congratulations on a job well done. And from one hunter to another, thank you for helping Render Ray to achieve her measure of peace. She was a hero to me too, and it broke my heart to know what had become of her. To have your legacy tarnished so? To have the world call you a villain? Even still. But at least I can take comfort in knowing she can finally enjoy a long rest. As the others may say, we will preserve that truth in story and song. Render Ray, the bravest hunter there ever was, and more importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to live up to her example someday. For now, however, I say return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. Back to the Crystarium. Yeah. To the Musica Universalis Markets. Hamlin. Yeah, I'll just do like one of these and I'll come back to it later. Andrea's bounty has been paid to us in full, my friend. So come, let's eat, drink and be merry. I've been meaning to ask, but I have the impression you are rather more acquainted with these warriors of light than you've been letting on. What exactly do you know about them? Oh yes, indeed. The size of that pineapple. It's so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it's true. Offering up their lives to first cross the rift, then to halt the flood. Wicked White. Must have taken so much courage to see it through in those final moments. A courage born not of desire for glory or dedication to an ideal, but of fear and love for those with whom she had forged unshakable bonds. Her comrades. I won't pretend that we have anything even approaching such powerful connection, but I would like to think that if you were in mortal peril, I would fly to your side without hesitation. Having said that, if I were tested as Render Ray were, if I were challenged to offer up my life for others without even knowing if it would amount to aught, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I'm a child and a fool who knows little of the world. I've been coddled and spoiled, and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and countless others sup on daily. You're made of sterner stuff, far sterner than me. That's why I know I can never walk your path. No shame in that. Oh, but there is. I don't recall a time I felt happier and more alive than when I've travelled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? You're destined for greater challenges, whereas I'm suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, as Miss Olvara used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she's become, made me realise how little time together we have left. She doesn't have to live out her days living alone in squalor. I decided it will not be so. I return to Kalusia and attend to her needs. I will do my utmost to repay the love and kindness that made me the man I am today. Though it pains me to say it, I fear the celebration must also mark the end, or at the very least a tentative suspension of the glorious partnership that was reconcepted. Bounty hunters extraordinaire. Should you ever find yourself in Kalusia, however, do come pay us a visit. Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing. I'm like, oh, remember me? We took out Cardinal sin together.